Hi everyone, it is August 12, 2019. Do you remember this? You guys that have been on YouTube for several years?
Apparently we're not the ones harboring a fugitive. Yeah, this is our garage right now. What the hell? That's what we woke up to this morning. I don't want to wake up to this again.
Anybody get what this is?
Is a massive manhunt underway. A lot of law enforcement involved in that. To assist that, we have suspended all service on the MBTA, our public transit service, and that will continue until we think it's safe to open all or some of that. We're asking people to shelter in place, in other words, to stay indoors with their doors locked and not to open the door for anyone other than a properly identified law enforcement officer, and that applies here in Watertown, where we are right now, also Cambridge, Waltham, Newton, Belmont, and at this point, all of Boston. All of Boston.
Boston, martial law.
The most massive buildup of police and National Guard troops I've ever seen, and I've covered hurricanes and storms and floods and blizzards and all kinds of other things. I've never seen anything like this. They've pressed the MBTA buses into service to ferry policemen down here and policewomen. And a little while ago, there was a convoy of armored National Guard Humvees that came by, and each one of them was filled with troops. So yeah, it's a...
Wow, the manhunt. Remember when the manhunt, they finally found their man, and the Bostonians, yay. I remember a video that I actually posted on Coffin World with all of these Bostonians. USA, USA, USA. Martial law declared. Oh, they didn't use that term. They said shelter in place, lock your doors, do not open your doors, do not step outside. But they finally caught their man, and the Bostonians went wild.
Boston, baby! Boston strong! Nothing can tear us down! Boston, baby!
How you guys feeling?
Your fellow Americans who cheered on martial law and then cheered when they could leave their homes when they were looking for that Boston bomber. So, search bar, YouTube, Boston bombing, false flag, Wall Street Journal, CBS, CNN, Bloomberg, CNN, CBS, Telegraph, CNN, PBS, CBS, ABC, CNN, ABC, NBC, CNN, The David Pakman Show. The aunt of the Boston bombers said it was staged, it was set up, it was a false flag. We go back to CBS, ABC. Okay. You put those same words in a search years ago, and you would have come up with so many videos of just ordinary Americans who did the investigation of Boston bombing, and, well, they revealed an awful lot of evidence that it was staged, false flag, and those two Boston bombers set up, and we still present it as real. And Americans look at us as if we are crazy. Well, you allow this massive manhunt. You declare martial law in a whole city, saying you can't come out of your home. That is martial law. You're not going to look at any of the evidence to find that this was all set up for you. Would you be cheering the police if you knew that the police were involved in setting you up? That this was not these two guys who decided to blow up, the Boston Marathon. If you knew the truth, would you still be cheering? And there are videos of Bostonians. It was like, the Red Sox won, and you see an awful lot of people in the streets, and they go out to the cars, and they're touching the cars, or they're touching the Red Sox baseball players. And after this, there were mobs of people on the street. The police were driving through, and they were cheering on the police, who brought terror to their neighborhoods. And it was all a staged act. Well, very hard to find the truth anymore. We've got the authoritative sources taking over. All right. When you don't have an American people who are capable of thinking, and they believe whatever authority tells them, and they allow authority to do whatever the hell authority wants to do to them, and they cheer it on, it leads to this. HighImpactVlogs, Brian, posted this video. I watched it, and I have to say, I am really upset. Yeah. Well, take a look at what the police in Framingham, which is I think Framingham in Massachusetts is very close to Boston. Isn't it, guys? God, I'm forgetting. I used to live in Massachusetts for so long. Well, this took place in Framingham. Anybody who thinks that we still have a constitution, that we have not already become a police state, with all of the events that we have been witnessing, with innocent Americans being robbed by the police, dogs being shot, innocent people being killed, raids taking place in, oops, sorry, wrong address, over and over and over again. Why do they continue doing this? How could they continue doing this? How? How is it possible? Because Americans don't hold anybody accountable. They refuse to flip on that critical thinking switch in their brain, and they just go on living the delusion that they're still living in the same country with that Fourth Amendment that reads, the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue but upon probable cause supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. How often have we seen the police violate the Fourth Amendment? And our courts allow it. Supreme Court says, hey, it's kind of like the police can do whatever the hell they want, and their behavior sanctioned by even the Supreme Court of the United States of America. Oh, well, the cop thought they were doing the right thing, so they get to do the wrong thing over and over and over again. I'm sorry, guys, but this has come about because of our own collective behavior. It got worse and worse and worse, and so many of us have been screaming, it's going to get worse, it's going to get worse, it's going to get worse. It got worse.
Cops can't just come in and go through everything in your house hoping to find something. They have to have a particular description of the place to be searched and a particular description of the person or thing to be seized. So that's part of the supreme law of the land. Oh wait, the Framingham, Massachusetts Police Department thinks they're more supreme than the supreme law of the land that they decided to trample on when they acted like common street thugs, manipulated, coerced, threatened, and forced themselves into the home of Ryan Fogarty and Antoinette Callahan. Before I play this home security camera footage for you, as you watch this, put yourself in Antoinette's shoes. Put yourself in Ryan's shoes. No matter how you slice it, this is a home invasion based on nothing but false accusations that these people are distributing drugs out of their home. What's their evidence? What's their probable cause? Oh yeah, there was no evidence, and there was no probable cause. Stay tuned after I play this, because I'm going to give you Jason Ball's badge number. That's the first guy who broke the Fourth Amendment when he crossed the threshold of this family's home. And then I'm going to give you the badge numbers of the other cops who decided to act like gang members, armed gang members. I'm also going to give you the number to the Framingham Police Department so you can let them know exactly how you feel about armed invaders breaking into this family's home, putting their lives in danger, ransacking their house, stealing their property, including guns, cannabis, which is legal under Massachusetts law, credit cards, cash, and towing at least one vehicle.
Now, before you watch this, I really do want all of you to put yourself, imagine the police coming to your door, doing what these police do to this family. What are you going to do? This is happening to so many Americans now. Do not think it will not happen to you. Don't think that. Because our local, state, and federal government are filled with criminals. Local law enforcement filled with these, well, there's no words that I can really think of to describe this thug that is staring you in the face right now. That we allow these people to treat us this way. Well, sick, twisted, corrupt, immoral people, if they can get away with treating people like this, then the next person gets treated exactly the same or worse. They don't get better, they get worse. And we are seeing worse. It's gotten worse already. So imagine it getting even far worse.
Police, can you open the door, please? Police, can you open the door? Can you open the door, please? I'm the police, I told you.
Sorry.
What?
Who else in the house? Just my kids.
This isn't going well here.
Why?
We have, we're going to get a search warrant to enter into the house. I'll leave it in the house.
You're not entering my house without a search warrant. What is going on?
We're holding the house until we get a search warrant.
Okay.
So we need to come in and secure everybody's time to get started. Otherwise, we're going to have to ram the door and somebody to the car.
Okay, why? What is going on?
Distribution of marijuana.
What?
Distribution of marijuana.
There's no distribution of marijuana.
Okay, all right. We just want to make sure.
Okay, do you have a search warrant?
We're getting a search warrant. We're securing the property, so we'll get a search warrant.
Okay, well then you can secure the property.
Okay.
You're not coming in my house,
Ma'am,
sir.
listen to me. We're not searching. We're just securing the house. Who else is in there with their son or something? We'll get it home. So, we gotta go, ma'am.
You're not coming in my home without a search
I want to
warrant.
do this. Don't make it work.
I'm not, but you don't.
Listen to me. This is how it works. This is how it works. We secure the house so that your son's not flushing it down the toilet. Everybody sits on the
I'll
couch.
tell you right now, you're going to see me stand at this window.
Ma'am, it's not working like that. Either you get out of the way or we're going to kick the door. And I'm going to come.
Do you hear this guy? Now, what he said in the very beginning, when he first spoke on that walkie-talkie, he said, this isn't going well. This isn't going well because she wouldn't immediately let him into the home. She's asking for a search warrant, and he tells her, hey, this is how it goes. We're going to secure the property before we have a search warrant. Well, that's not the way it goes. So when you have a guy who is a sick, twisted psychopath standing in front of you, and he's got a badge, that makes him all-powerful. This is the way it goes. It goes the way I say it goes. I don't care about that Constitution. I don't care about the law. It goes the way I say it goes. That's what we have now. Okay? How did we get here? Yes, we can thank ourselves for it.
5. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we did it for
Stop.
Okay.
Stop for a minute, okay?
Open the door. Open the door.
Oh my God. Stop. You're making me nervous.
You're making me nervous.
And this is over cannabis. Oh my God! Her son might have a couple of joints. Oh my God! Really? And they're treating these people like they're violent, like they're criminals. That's also the classic tactic of sick, twisted individuals. They project onto you what they are doing. And they can do it, wow, in real time. So that woman did nothing wrong. But watch the chaos that develops. Imagine this happening in your home.
Hello?
It kills me when cops break into a person's home and threatens to kill their dog, who's basically doing the job of protecting its owners. It's like, I broke into your house, I'm on your property, I forced myself into your domain, and I'm gonna shoot your dog if it keeps trying to protect you from my criminal activity. It's lunacy. This man and his buddies are more dangerous than the Crips and the Bloods. Why? Because if these were Crips or Bloods, you could just shoot them with no repercussions. Because no one's under the delusion that the Crips and Bloods have any kind of legitimate authority. Cops are a different story. You shoot a cop in self-defense, and they will hunt you down.
think we're selling marijuana.
Okay, fine. Come on over here. Okay, show me your hand. Come on out. Show me your hand. Don't walk me.
I'm not cooperating.
Okay, send me that over here. Okay. Come on. You don't mind doing it. Come over here and try to come over here and talk. Let's get your house up here and
Do you think, well, think about the days of yesterday, that the police can come in, look at what they're doing. They can secure a house before a search warrant. They couldn't get into the home without a search warrant. Now they're securing homes without a search warrant, waiting for the search warrant. Well, what they're doing is a search.
I'm sorry, sir. I wanted to walk.
Your dog just fucking bit me? What's a dog to do when they have people coming into their home, strangers, and their job, what do? They protect you. They're feeding off the energy of the mother who's trying to calm everyone down. But how do you calm psychopaths down? When you're a woman. And when all of these guys are male thugs. Not every male is a thug. But yes, they are. These are criminals that you're looking at. I don't care that they have a badge. These are immoral, psychopathic criminals coming into the home. So the dog, of course, it's going to try to protect everybody in the home. So too fucking bad that the dog fucking bit you.
No, there isn't.
This is what we wanted to talk about here.
I did come here and talk to you. I wanted.
Was she being an ass with them? This is the language that the police are using? Was she being an ass with them? Because that's just what he said. She was being an ass outside. Why? Because, well, do you have a search warrant? Is that being an ass? You're asking the police if you have a search warrant? No. No. But what people do when they don't want to take responsibility, they blame you for the problems. They blame you for the chaos. They blame you for getting upset. Do we live in a sick, twisted society? Yeah, we do.
I'm talking to you.
Now you are.
That's what I was doing out here. I was trying to help
you.
Now they're manhandling her.
Just to let you know, this black guy right here is Antoinette's son's friend. At this point, Ryan comes home.
I don't understand why you're...
But look at the chaos. The husband comes home, and watch the behavior of the cops. That's why I said that very often the police feel they can treat women however the hell they want to treat a woman, but when they're engaged with the man, suddenly their behavior changes.
You're in my house without a search warrant in the first place. We're securing the house. So, that's all.
They suddenly, they can't show their face. They're a little afraid. The man's home. Okay. No, I am not a feminist, but it is true. The police definitely handle women differently. Not all the time, not every police officer, but you're witnessing what happens in a lot of instances. And he allows himself to be frisked in his own home.
Come out of the house. Tell the house to leave the kids with me, stop down the street, and he gave us the ounce of the water all over. So we came out of the house, dealt with the kids.
Now he's on key.
Good. That gives us access to the house, by law.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
So we talked to his son, and he's like, well, we don't have the house in my room, I think, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. But this is what we have to do, because
That's fine.
someone makes a phone call, they know it's like, stop. But it
You
was
know, they got to start all the things,
we don't know,
and he was talking to me from my mother, and I said, "Why you to the police?" And he came in his shirt like this. So I said, "You didn't show me anything." So
we
then
got my cars coming up here. I was trying to make this not a huge issue like the street cars and for you guys.
Not making this a huge issue is when you get a tip that somebody's distributing marijuana, then you begin to investigate. You don't immediately go and search the home and behave like this. Okay? So they weren't making it, any less, I don't know, embarrassing or, not a big deal. They were making it a huge deal. This is entirely the Framingham police officers' fault. Entirely. So, look, I'll link below to everything. You can watch the end. But guess what? Guess what these police did? They didn't press charges, but they stole their guns, legal guns, all the money in the house, but they didn't press charges. They do have a GoFundMe. And I hope you come over here and donate. This is what they write. These police officers raided our home with no warrant in front of our children. They forced entry into our home and threatened to kill our pregnant dog. They committed an illegal search and seizure, took all of our savings and our legally owned guns, literally took the cash out of our pockets. Now we are in need to hire a lawyer to fight for our constitutional rights. We are good, hard-working, patriotic Americans, and they have robbed us down to our last pennies. Any help is appreciated. Thank you, and God bless America. Guys, please help them out. Help them out. Everybody in Framingham should be going down to this police department. How many videos have I posted early on saying, especially when I learned that the Department of Homeland Security had infiltrated local police departments and sheriff departments, giving them free gifts. I tried to get friends in Great Barrington to organize a little and to have a meeting with our very small police department in Great Barrington, Massachusetts. Oh, that town of 7,000. Why did I do that? Because I saw that the Department of Homeland Security had infiltrated our little Great Barrington, Massachusetts town. They laughed at me. They laughed. How did I see it? They were doing a search in a field that abutted the property where I was living. They had a German Shepherd with them, a police dog, a canine in Great Barrington. Where did that come from? It was a gift of the Department of Homeland Security. They were wearing bulletproof vests. They laughed. And I had posted so many videos that communities need to organize their community members and be proactive. Go down to these police departments, show them what police are like, and demand that they not treat their members of the community as the police are treating other members of other communities. And should they will stop paying local taxes and no longer support any increases to the department and work to get the police fired. Well, innocent Americans have been experiencing this for a very, very long time. It doesn't stop until action is taken by those in the community to put a stop to this action. Don't wait. Don't wait for the SWAT team to ram down your door and shoot your dog or shoot somebody in your family. And oops, wrong address. I'm so sorry. All links are below and underneath Brian's video here. He has all of the information for the Framingham Police Department, the detectives that were involved. But you guys in Framingham, you've got to come out in force, support this family, and work like hell to get those police officers fired, because they're not police officers. They are criminal thugs. That it was a breaking in entry and a robbery, traumatized because of, well, police have weapons. They should be locked up. And don't think for 1 minute that they haven't been trained to do this. In part, this is happening to get Americans used to this happening. Police stealing from Americans, breaking into their homes without search warrants, and killing family members and dogs. Do you think this is ever going to reverse itself? Do you think it's not going to get worse if we sit back idly and just let it go on? All links are below.